Hi,
Hi,
I'm Nick.
I'm Jill,
And
and
we're
we're
HipStrings.
HipStrings, and welcome to the final night of the Base12 Spinalong.
Now, do we call this day 10,
It's day
day
10.
12, or day
It's day
10?
10. It's our 12th day of doing it.
Yes.
It's day 10 in Base12.
But is it day 10 and base 12? I guess it is, kind of.
Yes, it's
We have
Base
to
10
ask a
and
mathematician
Yes.
if you say it like that. Anyways, this is the bag you'd want to be opening.
This is the fiber. This is Captain on Gray Merino Silk. Sorry for the mess up with the fiber key, in case you opened it today to finally figure everything out. There's a little, so 10 was labeled as A on the fiber key. A would have been B.
Okay. Yeah, there was all sorts of confusion about that on day A.
Yeah. And A would have been, what's listed? A would have been B? I don't know.
Yeah.
I need to look at the fiber key. Anyways, A was complex, B was dianthus, 10 is captain.
Good. And for those of you that are curious, my rolls, I kept everything in order. I kept all the bags in order. So throughout this entire thing, I've been doing 6, then 1, then 9, A. I got A really early on. 3, 7, 4, 5, 2, B, 8, and I'm ending with 10, weirdly enough.
So since Nick and I are both spinning the same thing tonight, I'm going to be fair and start at the same time.
Okay. Hold on. Do I strip first?
Oh.
Okay, we're going to pre-strip.
We're both going to strip.
We're going to pre-strip.
Please don't hit me in the face. You have long arms.
You should see what I'm knitting next
You're
to her.
stripping more. Yeah, I got hit in the face a couple times last night when you were knitting.
Yeah, well.
And I'm not quite sure how that happened.
I've got long arms. You said it yourself.
I don't know why you have to have your arms all long when we're knitting.
Oh, we're starting? Okay.
You
3,
seem
2,
to
1,
have
go.
feet on treadles.
I was putting things into the I was getting my yarn in my single in a closer thing. But anyways, we're off to the races. And we are already joined by many lovely people. Linda, so glad to be here. Hi, y'all. Welcome. The Redhead Company says, love the tiara. You wanted to be fancy.
It's a day to celebrate.
I can't find my crown, so I'm wearing my fancy sweater. This is not my not an ugly sweater.
Yeah.
That I love so very much. And Molly says hello. Hello, Molly. And Dave is doing a wavy emoji. And I'm not going to wave back because I'm spinning.
Because he doesn't want to lose.
Yeah, generally. But remember, we're just competing with ourselves. Hey, do you want to check your
No, I'm
gauge?
good.
You sure?
I'm dialed in. Been at this for 12 days. I know what I'm doing.
Cool.
How about you?
I'm doing good, actually. I've learned how to actually see it, my own gauge. And by the way, Gab is saying that they're watching us. So.
And they should go to bed.
They should go to bed. Eventually, they'll go to bed. But they actually did find a pretty good workaround so that they didn't steal our bandwidth. So.
Did they put themselves on cell data?
And since we've got unlimited data, I was like, but that's a waste, but maybe not. Anyway, Gab says there's a crown in the bowl on the top row of the center. What? There's a crown in there?
Gab seems to think so.
Okay, well, I'm not checking because
I will stop so that you can get a crown.
You sure?
I'm stopping.
Okay.
Get a crown.
I could have taken advantage of that and just been like, are you sure you want to stop?
You kind of did. And you pulled off my mic.
Sorry. Oh, there's a little... I don't know how Gab knew that was there, but okay. I will have this crown. There we go. How do you like my crown? Is that done right?
It's got a very flapper girl vibe.
Okay, cool. That's exactly what I was going for, I think. All right.
Okay, back to the spinning.
And Molly is spinning complex from last night. Sasa says, this fiber reminds me of a shibui dyed fabric.
Mm.
You want to comment on that and give some
No.
description on shibui dyeing and
No.
no?
No.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be very, very quiet live stream if you don't want to put
I don't
comments
know
at
that
this.
much about shibori, so I don't want to say things that are possibly wrong.
There you go. That's a good response.
I know it's a Japanese dyeing technique with resists and indigo.
See, now you've already said that more than that. That's all I was expecting. Okay. The Redhead Company says lol at Gab, and Dave says, oh no, there's a Gab. Specifically multiple no's. And many of the O's.
Mm.
I guess that'd be O's nose.
This fiber matches my hair very well.
Yeah, it does. It's almost like maybe you like this color.
Maybe.
Maybe. And what was this one called again? The Captain? Hmm. Is that a reference to anything in particular?
No.
Okay.
It's a navy-ish blue.
Yeah, gotcha. Because when I think of Captain, I think of How I Met Your Mother.
Because I also had Admiral, which is also a navy blue.
Oh.
But a different navy blue.
It is a more royal? No, more, I don't know.
It has a little bit more purple.
Okay.
In it, Admiral does, compared to Captain.
Hmm.
And then there's also Marine.
Dave says, and now I know more about Shibori than I did before the stream. See? That's what I was going for. We taught someone something every day.
Hmm.
That's it. Our job's done here.
No more education until next year's Base 12.
Yeah, never again.
Only fluff.
Speaking of education, I hadn't had one of these in a long time, but I had one of the I signed up for multiple classes that I haven't been going to, nightmares. That was fun. I was telling Gab that for me, there's a specific trigger for it. Maybe not a trigger for dreaming it, but a central point that I go back to. Do you remember when I was an undergrad? And there was a class that I was like, well, I need to take this class for my major, but I already know all this stuff, so I don't need to actually go.
Yeah, I remember trying to convince you that you still need to go.
But I didn't. And I took the test. And I think I went for the second half. I was trying to remember exactly how that worked out. But
yeah, I think you had some ego, and the ego got checked on an early exam.
No, I remember passing very well.
Passing.
That's all I needed. It was really funny. I remember that I went in for the test, and the TA was like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm in this class. I've never seen you before." "Yeah, that's because I don't come." Okay. I told Gab it worked out, but only through extreme planning. So don't do that sort of thing. Do what I say, not what I do. Right?
Be more like your mother.
Yeah. And the Redhead Company now wants me to make sure that I just call them Red.
Mm.
That requires me to actually remember correlation between names and names.
You can't find a correlation between Redhead Company and Red.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was trying to see how long I can drag that out. Molly says, the spouse is super wiped from the COVID booster. I'm just tired from really odd sleeping hours last night, but now we're both boosted, which is happy. Yeah.
Yay.
That is awesome. I'm trying to remember how
I've
the
been
booster
having so
affected
many.
me.
You were really tired for a day.
I was really tired for a day. That was it. That's good. What were you going to say?
I've been so happy with hearing all my friends getting boosted and having like the one tiring day afterwards.
Yeah.
But yay.
The more boost, the better we are.
Mm-hmm.
Gab does not see any correlation in their name, considering the fact that
They're Gab Duarte.
they're just Gab Duarte. Yep.
Yeah, you can't possibly just call them Gab.
Nope. Nope. Have we told the history of our children's names
I don't know.
on the live stream? I mean, we got to fill up time, so I guess we could.
You could. You want to tell that story?
Sure.
Do I need to give the start?
No, I can.
Biology part of it, or do you know it?
I can tell it the way that I always tell it at work,
Okay.
and then you can tell me how wrong I've been telling it all this time.
Okay.
So
Let's
we're
go for
nerds.
that.
That's how we start. And usually when I say that, people are like, "No, what?" I work with some very sarcastic people. So we're very nerdy, and Jill has her degree in evolutionary biology, during which
And specifically molecular evolution.
there you go.
So lots of molecular biology, evolution of DNA.
So we have a lot of love and discussions about DNA, and for anybody who's seen Gattaca, you would be well familiar with the idea that DNA codes with 4 main letters, G, A, T, and C. And we were like, well, let's name our kids with their first letter of their name related to one of those codons. So we've got G for Gab, A for Adrian, and then we were going to have Christopher. But we were like,
We were pretty settled on the third was going to be the last.
the third was going to be the last. So we were like, well, how can we do T and C? And Jill had the amazing idea that, well, she knew someone who was named Christopher but went by Topher, so we could hit 2 birds with 1 stone there. So that's how Christopher became definitely Christopher. And then there's
the happy circumstance
There you
is
go.
that GAC, the codon, codes for the amino acid glutamate, which is represented by the letter D.
for our last name.
For D for Duarte.
So yeah, super nerdy.
Our kids eye roll when we tell them that story.
I don't know. I think they're pretty proud of it. But maybe that's just because I interpret their eye rolls as proud. Maybe that's why I'm all about the dad jokes. I don't know. Red says that they had a nightmare the other day, restarting work on the multi-billion-dollar contract in January. Nightmares happen. And also says, yay boosters. 12-foot Dave says, you could just call me 12 if you want.
Not Dave.
No, not Dave. Doesn't like the Dave part, just the 12-foot part.
Mm.
And 12 for short, because we're friends.
Mm.
Molly agrees that is mega nerdy, and 12 yells, nerds! Gab would like us to talk about noodles.
Noodles?
Yes.
Yeah. So Gab had the great idea that one of the dinners they wanted, special dinners, would be noodle extravaganza.
And this is specifically special holiday dinner, not just...
Special holiday dinner.
Gab was like, I want all the noodles all the time.
So sent them and Nick out to the Oriental Market today to pick up noodle supplies. So what?
They didn't have the frogs.
No, no
I was
frogs.
going to show Gab the frogs, but they only had eels swimming around.
So you guys bought 4 types of noodle.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, you bought 2 types of noodle. And we had other noodles at home.
That's right, yeah.
So you bought some udon, you bought some thin egg noodles, and then a whole bunch of accoutrement. So some thinly sliced beef, a couple types of mushrooms.
Some stuff I thought was Thai basil, but was not Thai basil, but
with
was
some
really good
other
anyway.
aromatic green, which was delicious. Bean sprouts, you know. all sorts of good stuff. And so I made up a whole bunch of broth, cooked noodles, and then we set up a fondue pot with more broth so that we could cook other ingredients hot pot style without the searingly spicy broth. And everybody loved the food, which is a small miracle.
And a
it was
family of 5 to
delicious.
get something that everybody is enjoying is, as you say, a small miracle. Especially one of the kids who's just picky about everything, and he decided he was going to try all the different foods, which is fantastic. Adrian, he was just,
Yeah.
if it could be dipped in the hot broth, he wanted to do it. And it was awesome. So yeah, I think this is going to now be an new
annual tradition.
On Christmas Eve, we'll have to have hot pot. Molly, by the way, says, I did select my married name, MNS, which is also Micro Nanosystems. So, my initials are NBD, and I don't know why it took me so long, but I only realized after about 6 months of the research group talking about new business development that I was like, wait a minute, it's in my name. I should be made for that.
I mean, for a hot second, we thought about naming a child that would have the initials PhD.
Yeah. That was a very hot second. Okay, I'm concentrating because I'm almost done with my first quarter. Oh, damn it. I don't know if you all have heard, but her feet have started spinning faster. Not her feet spinning, her wheel has started spinning faster because her feet are treadling faster. If your feet were spinning, that would be kind of creepy.
It would be.
Aren't you getting thirsty? I'm getting thirsty.
Do we need to take a drink break?
Yeah.
I'll take a sip if you take one.
Okay. There we go. And take a nice big sip. Oh, you're just right back into it. Okay. All business here.
Yep.
Dave and Molly apparently both agree that my initials actually are no big deal.
Aww.
I prefer to interpret it as it's no big deal kind of cool thing, not like I am not a big deal. But apparently you were interpreting it differently, and now I'm sad. Gab is offering to throw liquids at us. No, thank you, Gab. We would prefer that you throw sleep
At yourself?
at yourself, in your face. Throw sleep at your face.
And make sure your geck has water.
Yeah, throw liquids at the geck. That would be better. I mean, don't actually throw them at the geck. Put them in the water dish. Right, so Linda says, I'm knitting with hand-spun Romney fiber. It's fun watching the concentration tonight. Yeah, I don't know if you all caught the race finishing last night. That was pretty epic.
It was a photo finish.
Did we check the comment? I don't think anybody commented once the video went posted yet, so I guess nobody really cared that much. That's okay, because we didn't look either. Red is saying, don't feel too bad. My brother, aka the AF's colonel's son?
Air Force Colonel.
Air Force Colonel's son. Initials are SAC. And Gab thinks my name stands for nuclear biological disaster.
Is
Wow.
this the new... At least nobody's doing my name. Ha.
See, now that you said it, I'm going to have to comment. Well, what what would you like your initials to be at this point for everybody to now Google search for? Should they be
JMD.
JMD or JMR?
JMD.
All right.
And if that's too hard, then you can convert to JMR, which is my maiden.
Yeah, I do wonder what JMD things are. This is no fair. You don't have to change hooks or anything. Yeah, okay. I'm on the right, still in the right position.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. That's okay.
Your wheel's faster than mine.
Mm-hmm. Not when you decide to go warp speed with your feet.
You could go faster too.
Do you need me to help you?
No! Don't squish my toes.
I actually, I don't know if you could tell, but I was actually able to put my foot over on Jill's treadles, like I helped her a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if I can treadle both wheels at the same time. That might break my brain, though. Okay, so Gab has. I'm assuming Gab is looking for TLAs, three-letter acronyms, because she found, or they found judicial membrane dirt.
That's not
That's not
anything.
a thing. That's not a thing, is it? I kind of
No.
want to know if that's a thing now. Are you just looking at dictionaries? That's funny. In other news, I also previously talked about making figgy pudding, and I did in fact make figgy pudding today that I think
it's good.
It's good. I don't know. Is it as good as the first one? It's missing the sauce. I need to make the sauce.
It's sauce.
Once I get the sauce in there, I think it might be as good as the first one. Well, we need to go out and get cream then. Do we have cream? Can I make cream with
no
evaporated milk?
No, you need milk fat.
Okay, right. So do we have cream? I don't think we even have pantry cream. Okay, so I can't make creme anglaise.
There are stores. They are still open tomorrow.
They will be open tomorrow? Okay.
They're just not open on Christmas.
Okay. So you want me to get the boozy creme anglaise to associate with that? I mean, there's also a butter version.
No, cream.
So
please.
Really the big question that you want to ask yourself is the boozy creme anglaise is from, Prue is the most recent.
Yeah.
Okay. The boozy creme anglaise is from Prue.
Yeah.
And the other one is from Mary Berry.
I like Prue better.
Okay. We're talking about Great British Bake Off judges. Wow, this has got a sharp point that's hitting me just right.
Mm.
It's okay. I'll have a dent in my forehead. How you doing?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the recipe I went with the Food Network recipe for figgy pudding. I found that I was trying to take Stephanie's advice and looking for the Great British Bake Off
Christmas
pudding recipe, and I found out that that is basically more like a fruitcake than because of all the different stuff it had in it. It wasn't just figs, and I really just had a bunch of figs and dates that I needed to use, so had to find something that was more more fig based. So that's why I ended up finding one on Food Network that turned out pretty good. I made the modification though, because I vaguely remember that I had done that once before and it was really dry. I made the modification of cooking it in a
water bath.
Yeah, in a water bath. I mean, in an oven in a water bath.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked out really well. It's just it was a little bit soupy. Had to double the time, and it was a little bit soupy when I was removing them from the molds. But once they came out, they dried out pretty nicely.
And then you cast on a shawl yesterday?
Did I do that yesterday?
Yes.
I guess I did. With the needles that I found that Jill did not lose. Yeah, all sorts of uh, all sorts of follow-up on previous podcast or live streams. And Gab has another one for you.
What?
Jury memory director.
How about just more donuts?
Did you get that?
No,
before?
I made
You
that.
just made that up? I will, I will.
I know things without the internet.
What? I guess you kind of have to. We are from the pre-internet times. Just more donuts. I like that.
I should make donuts sometime.
Yeah. After doing all the cooking and baking over the past couple of days, I'm going to be so burnt out day after tomorrow. So
Maybe I'll make donuts for Sunday.
that'd be good.
The great wrapping has to happen tomorrow.
The creator hipping has to start today. I plan on starting to wrap after the live stream.
Yeah, good.
So 12 notes that JMD is apparently a Jamaican dollar.
Mm.
And oh, I like this one. Sasa has Japanese Ministry of Defense.
Mm.
And Gab is a guild-leading dinosaur. This is what our live stream has divulged into.
Mm-hmm.
More TLAs.
Yeah. Middle child is axed, so.
Yeah.
And youngest child is CAD. He's computer-assisted design.
That's a word on itself, though, as
Mm-hmm.
well. I hope he's not a CAD.
At least he isn't a Chad.
Hey, I'm not saying it. It's your brother. Molly's plan, incidentally, is that there will be cinnamon rolls fresh from the tube there.
Ooh.
Which is good.
That sounds like a good plan for Christmas morning.
Yeah. Oh, we've got
Oh,
our
you've got
croissants.
You got croissants. That's Christmas morning.
I gotta say, Trader Joe's croissants.
The almond croissants especially.
Fantastic. There is no way that the amount of effort necessary in order to make croissants, there's no way that I could make ones better than what Trader Joe's can do with their frozen croissants. I'm super impressed with them. If you have never tried them,
Especially
please do.
the chocolate and almond ones.
The almond ones, the chocolate ones, those you got to set out the night before. Then just their normal mini croissants, those are pretty good too, but those you don't have to set out the night before. Those just stick in the oven frozen, which is like magic.
But the almond ones are my favorite.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm sorry. This is too entertaining. Gab has some more iterations for our other children. Adrian is auto-tuned xylophone dance floor, and Chris is chaotic Amazon dispatch. I feel like Gab has found a word randomizer based on your initials. And if not, then that's something Gab should program.
That would be a good little app.
Yeah. I could definitely get Adrian on that. What? Stop, slow down. You're going to break your wheel.
No, not. But you're almost done with your first half. And I'm not.
How's that? Fancy that. Sorry, my wheel's just faster. And we hear the wheels intensify. Man, the concentration is strong today.
Yeah.
We need your spinning commentary that you had before.
No. Don't have the brain space.
Okay, there we go.
Ah!
Hey, don't just drop them on the floor. Can't kick it underneath
Yeet it.
kick it underneath the chair and
Pretend it
pretend
doesn't exist.
exist.
I'm done! When I come to flying, don't pay attention to that section being a lot shorter than the rest.
Oh my god, I'm not even checking which direction I'm going. I should have pet my fiber first.
You've got time.
It seems to be working okay-ish. So I'll just risk it, take my chances.
Really shouldn't. You should pay attention to what you're doing.
Actually, I am gonna pet it because I feel like no, I think I'm going the right way. I don't know, do you agree?
I'm glad that you took the time to check.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it enough time for you to get through your first half?
No.
All right, then.
But it helped.
For those of you that may not have seen all the other episodes, the whole thing that I was doing there is Jill taught me that roving can actually have a preferential direction.
This is comb top, not roving.
Sorry, comb top. Okay, so there we go. Why don't you talk a little bit about the differences between comb top and roving?
Roving is from carded prep. Comb top is from the combed prep. However, some places, Etsy, have decided that the generic term is roving.
Okay, so the generic term is not roving.
Nope.
And apparently this is a sore spot with you.
The generic term, which the greater internet has figured out for product categories, for searching, and I think this is I don't know exactly who came up with it, but somebody came up with how to categorize every possible product that you would want to sell on the internet.
Okay.
And you have to put your thing in a certain category, and then it helps with search engine optimization.
Okay.
And like things like Google Shopping. And their term is unspun fiber.
Okay. That's
as the generic term.
Now I have to wonder if it's possible to take something that has been spun and unspin it.
People have done that.
Really?
I've seen people take the like super bulky, either like wool singles or even acrylic singles that are being sold at places and unspin it and to use it because it has
Really?
so little twist in it. It's really easy to unspin.
Wow.
To use as roving or comb top or unspun fiber.
By the way, Linda thinks she sees smoke at our wheels.
Nope.
Just with how
That's
fast
e-spinners.
E-spinners on batteries.
Yeah.
And we got rid of my my EV, so I won't be smoking from there.
No. I'm just going to think I unevenly divided my fiber. That's my excuse.
Red says, rolls eyes at Etsy, and yes, top and roving can have directionality. And Molly says, I'm a fan of sliver, personally. Is that something different?
Sliver is a different thing. Sliver is typically narrower.
Is it combed top too, though? Is it combed prep?
No, it is generally carded.
Okay.
And it generally refers to cotton.
Right, I'd always heard of cotton sliver. I'd never heard of wool sliver, for example.
Yeah, so cotton sliver is it's actually a step in industrial cotton spinning. A certain thickness that then goes to the spinners. But yeah, sliver is usually a cotton-specific term.
Okay, but that's carded prep.
Carded prep.
And roving is combed prep, or is
No, roving is carded prep,
roving is carded prep? Okay.
but almost always wool.
These
You
are
don't
things,
hear of cotton roving.
right? Okay. And what's the other one? What is this?
Comb top.
Comb top, because it's combed.
Yes.
Cool.
However, I do kind of wish there was a difference between this kind of comb top and actual hand-combed top.
You wish there was a difference? What do you mean?
Yes, because they're actually different.
Oh,
You
different
call them
wording.
both comb top,
Okay.
but they do have structural differences.
Okay. Like what?
Comb top, industrially produced, commercially produced, is carded at a point, and then it goes through a series of machines, I think called gillers, that help to align the fibers. But it
Kind of
is
like it is?
kind of, it's like a series of rollers and other stuff.
Oh, right. Okay.
And things kind of like combs. But it is not as, the preparation is not as parallel as hand comb top. So it's more like brushing something and then taking like a hair pick to it to kind of straighten it out.
Generally
Instead
move it in
of
the right direction.
just going through it with a fine tooth comb to start with.
So, Red notes that homemade sliver is the best, and presumably that's because the hand carding process is going to be better, as you're indicating, more aligning than the machine carding process.
Yes.
I know, we're changing over. I have to hope you actually have that in
Oh gosh.
proper half.
Oh gosh.
Do
This won't do.
that last one was a particularly thin grouping.
Yes, but there's no way that your last strip there is as thick as mine that I just put on.
I mean, I could take a sip now.
Yeah.
That helps.
Please.
Gab,
Do you want mine too?
Your drink? Yeah. It'll be a good night tonight. And Gab is asking if we're ready for our gift tomorrow, which I think is indicating that they want me to bring attention to a new visitor today.
Mm-hmm.
As we've had replicating visitors.
Which one is
Furbs.
this one?
I don't remember the name of this one. I remember there's Snowfrost is part of the name, but Gab will have to type the name there. And Red notes, sliver with regard to wool is the hand comb top. Then Gab notes something about cats and boxes. And Red says they're very different. Hand combed is the best.
Yeah, hand combed is special.
Then Linda asks, what do you think of e-spinners, Jill? Uh-oh. Here we go.
That's a loaded question. I myself am not fond of e-spinners because I don't feel like they have created a speed controller that can mimic, you know, what you can do with a treadle wheel. Like, I respond a lot with my treadling to what I'm doing, so I can slow down when I'm having like a slub. And treadling allows me to be more responsive to the needs of my fiber. I've had a couple e-spinners. None of them have stuck. I am also like having a table set up for me to, you know, have my e-spinner at and get home cords and everything set up it doesn't mesh with me.
Well, especially because you want to get it at the height that this orifice is at, right? So that means you're going to be sitting it on another chair in front of you or a coffee table or
it's
something, right?
It has not been something that has worked out for me. And it's not, this is a meditative practice for me as well, and I just don't get that with an e-spinner. However, there are some very excellent e-spinners on the market. The Hansen, the Woolean, the Daedalus e-spinners, and also the latest electric heel. And they meet a need for a lot of spinners. And I don't think there's any, spinning, the yarn matters whether or not it's made on an e-spinner or a traditional treadle wheel.
They're going to come out
because
right.
You still have the very human thing of drafting, which is what makes hand spun so special compared to commercially spun. Okay, how you're putting twist into it is not as important as drafting.
Well, also because all of those systems use essentially the same flyer, right? They're not. You're not even direct driving into the flyer in those cases. You still have bands.
Currently all of them are either flyer led or bobbin led. I know Daedalus is working on something that's a little bit more like double drive. But usually what is limiting spinners is not how fast their wheel can put twist in. I mean, I'm being limited right now by my sidekick. But I can find treadle wheels that I can always make go as fast as I need to. Like, I've never been in the situation where I can't find a wheel that produces enough twist to keep up with my drafting. So I'm kind of like, the people who are like, oh, well, it's unfair to use an e-spinner for production spinning or for this thing where you're dealing with trying to make a whole bunch of stuff. I don't care. Use e-spinners.
Yeah, why would
it's
somebody
still hand
say
spun.
It's unfair to
I
use an e-spinner
know.
for production? Like, is this an Olympic
because
sport?
I've run into e-spinners that aren't fast enough to keep up with some people's drafting.
Yeah.
So, like, not a snob about treadle wheels. They are not for me, but they are.
But e-spinners are not
for
for you.
Yeah, e-spinners. E-spinners aren't for me, but they are for a lot of people.
Incidentally, Red notes, I agree wholeheartedly with the e-spinners. The coordination between hands and feet is key, plus the integration of the pulley ratios. And Linda says, thank you. That's what my thoughts were. Cool. I have grand aspirations, which will probably only happen when I retire, or the kids are all off in college or something, to make an e-spinner that will live up to Jill's expectations, but don't hold your breath. It'll happen sometime. Also, Gab has noted that the newest Ferb being shown here is Sir Greyfrost, Watcher of the Dark. Because a Night Watcher probably would be copyright infringement. All right, that was a good subtopic there. Now you're back to super concentrating.
Yep. You distracted me long enough.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Linda. Oh no, I'm getting slubs. So you can't really do that super easily with an e-spinner.
No.
Stop and readjust, and then. So, any new? Sorry, I think it's always funny when your wheels suddenly start spinning faster. Any new shop information for the time being?
Oh, I guess I need to make a decision. I think what I'm going to go with for extra sale, because there's a lot of stuff already on sale, But I think to sweeten the pot for end of year, there's going to be, this will just be at hipstrings.com. Because Etsy's weird and full of fees.
Full of bees. Wow.
Fees.
Oh, I think you said it's full of bees, which is now going to be our term for things being full of fees. They are full of bees.
So this will be at hipstrings.com. There will be 20% off orders of $100 or more.
Woohoo! So when you open your presents over
And
the
you
next
didn't get
couple
what
of
you wanted.
days, and you didn't get what you wanted, or you got a gift card or something, you could take a great advantage of that before the end of the year. So when does that start?
That'll start on the 26th.
Okay. So you can enjoy
Or the
your
25th.
family.
I don't know.
Figure it out.
Let's say the 25th.
Why?
Noon.
No, do the 26th. That way you can pay attention to your family too on the 25th.
Okay. You heard.
You got to take a break there.
Boxing Day. 26 starts 20% off orders of $100 or more through the end of the year. And then I will probably close the shop for a week so that I can do inventory.
Linda says, yeah, that's awesome. Gab notes that they are a swarm of bees.
Mm-hmm. They are.
And, oh, Hollis says, so glad that I made it here tonight. You've been a very special part of my holiday season. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. This is
a lot harder when you guys aren't around.
Yeah, go and watch. What was that, day A?
Yeah, there was a day there were like only 2 people, and
I was suffering from a migraine.
Everybody was kind of quiet.
Yeah,
Nick had a migraine. I had a fiber that needed a lot of twist.
that was painful.
We were struggling.
But no, we really appreciate you joining whenever you can, and this is also a very special part of the holidays for us. It is definitely it's an effort, but it definitely marks the holiday season for us, and is very special for us to be able to share it with all of you. And Red says, ooh, I've been working on my shopping list this evening. Plus, Gal is going to be buying another gift card for those 3 bobbins of mine she wants. So, there you go. Shopping cart will expand. Also, Gab, for those of you that are wondering what Gab is talking about, notes that there seems to be a lack of cheese consumption today. We'll have to get back to that tomorrow, Gab. So,
we'll put together a fantastic cheese plate for Christmas.
In terms of advent calendars, we actually partook of 2 cheese advent calendars this year. One was from Aldi, and one was from Costco. So I should really put this up on my Instagram.
You should.
I have reviews of I think only 20 of the days of the Aldi one.
You gave up.
Because the Aldi one, I mean, it is fabled, this Aldi cheese advent, and so we were super excited, and we're like, okay, well, what are they going to do for 24 different days of cheeses? This will be really interesting. So we open them up, and first off, they're little bite-sized pieces. They're like a centimeter,
maybe an
by
ounce
like
of
2
cheese.
centimeters. I mean, it's tiny, but that's good, right? It's to get a taste, right? So day one, it's I don't remember exactly what it is, but like day one was like a Gouda. All right, cool. This is interesting. I've never had a non-smoked Gouda before. Let's see how this is. Then day 2 was like a Gouda with mustard.
Yeah. And then there was like red pepper Gouda, and then Mediterranean Gouda.
And we're like, hey, wait a minute, guys. So
I think then maybe there was one cheddar, and then there was the Mediterranean Gouda again?
So they had already started repeating them by day, that was
6
like
or
day
something.
6 or 7. And we're like, okay. So yeah, we made it through 12, and we're like, okay, well, this think it was something like 8 or 9 different types of Gouda, and there was already like 2 repeats. So by the time I got to, I'll have to check what day it was, but it was like day 18. I was just like, that's it. I give up. No more.
Yeah,
This
apparently
sucks.
there was a surplus of Gouda somewhere in the world
Yeah.
this past year.
So never doing that one again, right? And we did that one early because we had also the Costco one. And I don't think this was, I don't know if Costco has done this before, but we were pretty excited about that one too. And it was a box that was bigger, but it only had 12 days. And oh my God, the size of those cheeses.
I know, each one
Um,
is almost like 8 ounces,
yeah.
6 ounces.
Uh,
It's
and
like for 3 to 4 people to share.
so we ended up doing them one every other day, and then just uh, it took us too long. So I think we're
We've
3
got
days
like
behind.
3 or 4 cheeses now.
Yeah. So we'll as Jill says, we'll have an epic cheese plate. But I have to say they were all pretty big hits. I was a little bit disappointed at first when there was one day that was another Gouda. But this one was actually a good and interesting Gouda, not like the Aldi Goudas. And then there
There
was,
still seems to be an excess of Gouda in the world.
yeah, right. The only one that I have not liked so far from the Costco one is the Wensleydale with
Cranberries.
cranberry,
Which you
because
just don't like cheese with fruit in your
I
cheese.
just hate Wensleydale with cranberries. But I do love.
No!
Do I win your drink? Is
No!
that... Love you. I spun a little bit thicker today than usual. You're just giving me this glare, and you're still spinning perfectly. I'm very impressed. All right, so we do have some comments. Let's see, where do I leave off? Hollis asks, "Will I see you at Plyaway?"
Yes. I will be at
Do you have
Plyaway.
more to that statement?
Yes, I will be at Plyaway. I'm also taking classes at Plyaway. I'm taking 2 classes with Judith McKenzie. And I will be vending. And Saturday at Plyaway is my birthday. So
you're gonna have to give Jill the good time that I wouldn't be able
yeah.
to. Gab notes that they expect an extravagant amount of cheese.
I have truffled cheddar in the fridge too.
Cool. Linda says, "I've been shopping at HipStrings, and I really enjoy this part of my Christmas event." Linda says, "Wow." I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but maybe it's all the cheeses. And Dave says, 12, says, "Nick has won an angry Jill." And
it's the best prize ever.
Really? Red says, "Nick is on fire this evening." Molly says, "I love Gouda, but I am Dutch. Complex is taking its dear, sweet, lovable time." Yes.
Yeah, I think it took us an hour and a
Hour
half
and
each
a half.
time.
And since I had it so early on, Jill was like, "Man, Nick, you're really out of practice."
Yeah.
So, yeah, I should have given you a harder time about that. I'm just saying. Gab says, "Don't worry, there's a fire extinguisher in the next room." 12 says, "I feel like Complex took its sweet time for everyone." Yeah. I wish we had a batch of it left to weigh it to see if it actually was the same weight, or if there's something weird about it. Like it's this weird everlasting fiber.
It's like everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah, the everlasting gobstopper.
It does kind of look like the inside of an everlasting gobstopper.
Yep. And I've got a little spot of something in my drink that is evading me. Oh.
Just swallow it.
Okay, sorry, I'm being entertaining.
Have you now and
It's the principle.
been
of the
able to
thing.
be contemplative?
Yeah, right. Red says, Plyway, yes. Looking forward to being in Judith's class with you. Yes, we may already have birthday plans for you, Jill. Mwahahaha. Molly notes that their complex was on target. It was 7.5 grams. And Geb thinks the spot in my drink is Furby fur.
I mean, it is quite prevalent in our basement.
I will take this opportunity
To show off how long
so
hoarfrost is.
remember Grey Frost.
Grey frost.
Those of you may have seen
Sir Berrywinkle.
Sir Berrywinkle's length, but Lord Greyfrost kind of. Oops, sorry, don't mean to. There we go. I'm just gonna keep doing this. There's the feet. Wait, does it have feet? It doesn't
No.
have feet.
Gab didn't put feet on any of them. They're all fur worms. I find it disturbing.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's go back there. All right, Sir Greyfrost, what do you have to say for yourself without your feet? He's silent on the matter. And for those of you that are not familiar with the original Furbies and their size, I think it's a pretty good likeness.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's enough of that. And I'm breaking stuff.
Don't wreck my print.
It's not me. It's Sir Greyfrost. I'll use this one to hang that up there. There we go. Molly says for half of the fiber, not the full 0.5 ounces. So, yeah, that makes sense. I can't convert grams to ounces that quickly. Molly's saying she's getting Sandward vibes in the worst possible way. It's because of the rhythmic sound of the spinning wheel that they have come and invaded the house. And 12 says, I'm not sure which is worse, them having feet or them being footless worms. Yeah, Lord Berrywinkle actually
has feet.
I'm gonna.
He only has 2 little feet. He has no hands.
Little toe beans. And apparently he's been getting into Luna's hay. All right.
I'm still at this. This is embarrassing.
And 12 also says, though I think the clear winner would be them having multiple sets of feet like Furbipedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you would like to risk nightmares or epiphanies, depending on which way you lean, there are long Furby websites. There are long Furbipedes. There are ones that have arms. I recently saw, like, they take the baby doll arms and attach them, so they look like they've got these weird buff arms. Yeah, right. I once saw somebody put a Furby face on. They took one of those. What are they called? The full body human suits. They stuffed that and put a Furby face on it. That was terrifying. Linda says, yes, that print is nice. Yeah, so the print there, it's been there since day 3 or something, because that is actually the inspiration for this Base12 Spinalong. The colors came from that artwork, and so we put that there to help with the inspiration. And also notes that Lord Berrywinkle and Sir Greyfrost are so very cute. Yes, and Gab also notes there's one with spider legs. Those are terrifying. And Linda is saying that she thinks I may have hid some of my fiber, but you will never know. Are you looking around?
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of doubting as to whether or not I got all of it. No, I got all of it. I remember having 4 separate chunks that I have spun. Sorry. I'm trying to see if I spun.
Am
really
I
that
just
much thicker.
spinning thinner than you?
I don't think so. I have to look at my gauge here. No, I'm still pretty consistent. Around 24. I'm gonna see if I can do this live. Yeah, no, we're pretty good along the same size there. I apparently see this is the thing, right? I start off slow and I get my practice in and I get better. And then I'm not going to spin for the rest of the year. I'll apply it, right? I'll at least have that. I don't know why I wrapped this up. I should have just let it go to the end there.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So I guess I'm not. Oop, wrong way. Bloop, now I'm done.
And you still beat me.
Well, we'll at least always have yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a great photo finish. I always forget which way this comes off. There we go. Nope. Ah, darn it. I just retightened it. One of the nice things about this wheel is that in order to get the flyer off, you can actually run the treadles if you're holding it, but you got to run them the right way. So yeah, here's my, oh, that looks really cool. One of the things I really like about these bobbins from Ackerworks is the fact that you can see them from the edge. So this is my second bobbin. It looks really pretty from that side.
Yes, excuse me?
Sorry. It's these Furbies that are in the way. I'm just going to leave that there. So I was trying to flip it around and be all slick about it. The other side looks very just single color, but the one side is really pretty. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Very pastel. Very much like
Oh, the brights.
the poster.
Oh, funny how that works out.
Funny, right? It's almost like somebody designed it that way. And 12 says Meredith just finished. Oh, Molly says I could be wild and just ply tonight.
You could.
That requires me to have another bobbin. I don't have another bobbin that can hold the two. Also, don't I need a different flyer for that?
No, that pink bobbin up there. Oh, yeah, you need a different flyer.
Yeah, I don't know
And
where
the
that is.
flyers are upstairs.
You sure? I see one back there.
Is there a...
I don't know if it's a big one or
That,
a small one.
don't take my mic.
Yeah, sorry. I stepped on both our mics. That was not good. I see some flyers here. They do look bigger. I think these are giant though. Oh my god. The flyers are all tangled up in yarn. Okay.
Let me see.
I'm back.
Those are the right ones.
Yeah? Cool.
This one is.
That one is?
Yeah.
For that pink one?
No, for the ones next to it.
Okay. Molly, you're crazy. You're I'm just gonna be stuck here plying forever.
Yep.
Am I gonna do a 2-ply? Is that what we decided?
It's
Or
up
am I
to
gonna
you.
chain ply?
You were thinking it maybe you might want a thinner sweater. Do you have a lazy Kate?
I mean, my Kate is not lazy.
Do you have something on which to put your bobbins?
Oh, I can figure something out. I'm
Oh
good
God.
at MacGyvering things.
Everything is going to be broken.
I'm just trying to be productive. Okay.
Well, you can at least get
I can get all set up.
all set up.
Yeah, that's the thing. All right, there we go. Hey, I got it the right way. That was fun. That's going off this side. Oh, because I got to spin it the other way. Funny how that works.
Yes. And also there's only the guide on the one side on that flyer.
Okay. Got a lazy Kate, huh?
Yeah. Breaking everything.
Everything. That's how I do things, right? Want to hold this?
No. Am I gonna like hold it in my teeth?
Now that you mention it.
You need a lazy Kate hat.
That's what we could do with the beer hat, right? You could just put two things there and then it would go right in front of your face and would be absolutely terrible.
And that's why it needs to be done.
Sorry. Okay, there's actually been comments here. Dave apparently has gone back to the video and says, I think Nick might have won last night by a hair. I might review the slow-mo after tonight's stream.
Oh, shush.
Well, now we need to go back and see how many days each of us won.
I thought we weren't competing.
No, we're not. I'm competing with my own consistency, but it's also nice to know who won. Sorry, this is not going to get old. Dave is, or 12 is noting, oh, okay, so sorry. First, Molly notes, Judith would disagree, but she isn't with us. I'm assuming that's right after you could be welcome free and ply tonight. Is there a reason to not ply the same day that you spun?
Because your singles have a lot of energy in them, and you'll have more issues with corkscrews and stuff.
You want to let them rest
You can,
some?
yeah. You can work through it with attention to lazy Kate.
Yeah, I don't think my mouth is going to do that too.
No.
I think that would hurt after a while.
Yes.
And Molly says 2-ply. Gab says 7-ply. I don't think Gab understands quite how this works.
No.
12 says a floor is something for bobbins. Gab says if you made our names say PhD, you could have named me Petro or Pterodactyl. Sorry, Tarot for pterodactyl. Sasa says just finished. Thanks for putting this on. You guys are awesome. This is all Jill. So thanks to Jill. I just show up and
be ridiculous.
I was going to say read comments, but yes, I guess I do that too. Linda says dad joke, please. Of course. I got to wait until Jill's done though. No dad jokes until everybody's done. It's like no dessert before you finish your what is the phrase? How can you have your pudding? How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? Right. And 12 says, it's me. I'm the one that won the most days. That is definitely true.
But he hasn't even been spinning the last couple of days.
I guess he forfeits. But all the other days that we were spinning, yeah, he was one of the...
Mare wins.
One of the ones to... Yeah, Mare wins, sure. Yeah, Dave also notes when I was spinning, that is. I actually couldn't decide on one dad joke for tonight. So I could.
Is there a cavalcade of dad jokes?
I could have a few of them, if we want to go that route.
Well, I'm sure if you get started, by the time you finish the dad jokes, I will be done.
All right. Oh, you've heard this one before, but I'll say this. So you know how Big Bird actually got the COVID vaccine.
Yes.
Right, like that was actually a thing on Sesame Street. Big Bird got the COVID vaccine. Help kids feel a little bit better about it, which is really good because it turns out Cookie Monster has gotten COVID.
Yeah.
It's the Omicron variant. That's not actually true, but Okay, so in between, Sasa says, thanks, Jill, for the beautiful fiber. You're awesome. Thanks, Nick, for the dad jokes. You're welcome. Gab says, I'm the only reason he can make dad jokes. Not true. There's 2 other children, but you're the first reason I can make dad jokes.
I feel like I need to start like including random dad jokes in with my packages.
Yes. Just like a little, like fortune cookies?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I can give you a list.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 notes that, yes, Gab is one of 3. And Molly says, Complex Part 2 is finally done. So we're all coming through this together as one. So you were asleep this morning. You got to sleep in.
Yeah.
And I was really busy, and I had to open the door in my pajamas, which is weird because I don't know why there's a door in there. Sorry, I like that one too.
Nick, there needs to be a TikTok of you just delivering dad jokes.
All right.
You'd
Last
be
one.
internet famous.
Last one. Okay. I gotta make sure I do this right. Okay. So it's the holiday season, right? You do mulled everything, right?
Mhm.
So I've got a very special question for you, right? I learned that there's actually multiple different types of mulled things, right? We can do mulled wine. There's mulled beer. Apparently, there's mulled gin.
That sounds
So,
yummy.
do you prefer mulled wine, mulled beer, or mulled gin? It's it's a mulled triple choice question. Mulled triple. Multiple.
Yes. Yes. I got it. It took me a couple seconds.
Okay. Let's see. Linda's enjoying these jokes. Gab says Big Bird was almost put into the Challenger ship, but didn't because they couldn't fit a spacesuit over him, and that is the only reason he didn't explode in the sky with the thousands of children watching. What? I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm glad
I'm gonna
he
move on
didn't.
from there.
Yeah.
12 says you can get custom fortune cookies made with dad jokes in them. I think this might be a new thing for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd only have to go. They'd have to go in orders that are big enough to go in boxes, but
Yeah.
for
I mean, it's got plenty of
larger
cushioning.
orders,
Plenty of cushioning.
you get a fortune cookie with the dad joke in it.
We'll have to look into that. Don't guarantee it yet. We'll look into it. Sasa says, okay, to be honest, I think the sticker on one of your packages that says "Time to abandon all whips" is super funny. Yep. But it's so accurate. It's painfully accurate, right? It's one of those
Yeah.
like, it's funny, but it hurts. Linda says, I like how Jill loves your dad jokes. I mean, Jill, actually, Gab is not the main reason that I'm a dad. Jill is the main reason that I'm a dad because she suffered 3 children, the birthing of 3 children in order to provide me that dad state. So thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
I give it back to you in jokes. Sorry, 12 says, but can you do mold triple stack? Apparently, you could do mold anything. I'm going to have to look into this mold gin thing, though, because that sounds pretty good.
That does sound good.
And Molly says, thank you, guys. Thank you. This is...
we don't get to do this without you guys.
Yeah, seriously. Well,
I mean, we could, but it would not be so much fun.
Yeah, yeah. We would just be talking into the void. And people have been watching. I look back, day 1 has had 75 views.
Wow.
Which, I mean, yeah, we're not top of the list famous, but that's great. I love that. I mean, hell, when we get more than 2,
niche.
I'm excited. We are niche, and we enjoy it. We love hanging out with you guys. especially over the past 2 years where it's been harder to hang out in person. I hope that this gives a little bit of extra comfort and socialization and everything. Sorry.
It's not hiccups.
You getting teary-eyed?
No, I'm not. It's not that either.
All right. Linda says, love your stickers, or she saves your stickers.
Aw.
That's nice. It's like the...
There's some of them that I want to make into like totes and
yeah,
personalized things.
there we go. Cool. Well, you've heard a lot of product ideas for the next year on this stream. So hopefully we'll remember half of them. And
well, no, there's a record.
Are we going to watch ourselves?
No.
I hate how I sound.
Yeah.
I hate how I sound. I don't know why you guys like it.
That's why we do the live streams, is because I can't stand listening to us when you have to edit the videos.
Yeah. Well, I love listening to you. I listen to you all the time.
I like listening to you too. So, can you just mute me?
To me, what was the description I used? I sound like a nasal duck with a lisp.
Which is not at all what you sound like, and that's why multiple people told you belong in radio.
I've got a face for radio. That's what I always respond to that. All right, we're way past where we should be here, but this is great. We're having fun. Also, Gab says, for the record, they were never awake. So sleepwatching, I believe it 100%.
I know one of the other children secretly watches our YouTube videos.
Oh, that's
yeah,
adorable.
Adrian does.
Well, we do talk about how we hope that they watch us when they're older.
Yeah, well, they watch us now.
Cool. 12 says, we always love hanging out with you guys. And Hollis says, stay well and happy. Thanks again. Thank you all. Stay well.
Have a wonderful, warm, and bright season, even if there are reasons not to. Find some joy.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And we'll see you again soon.
See you guys.
Good night.